Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. And boy, we got an interesting one today. Today, we are talking about Don't Worry, Darling. Oof. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Our cast here. We got some notable names here. We got Florence Pugh. She was Yelena, Black Widow's sister in the MCU. That's what she's most known for now. Yeah, and she's also in Dune Part 2 and in Oppenheimer. She's been on the come up recently. She's especially thanks to her role in Black Widow. She was the best character in Black Widow. Facts. um Apparently she was also in Midsommar. Oh, she was Danny in Midsommar? Wow. That's crazy. She's also in the Little Women remake from like 2019, but that one did really well. So Florence Pugh is definitely an up and coming, like a recognizable face already. But the big name, well, I guess there's Chris Pine too. I mean, he's a well-known name. He's been in a lot. The recent Star Trek movies, the Wonder Woman movies. Uh, uh, see, apparently he voiced. Was he Peter Parker in Into the Spider-Verse? I thought that was Jake Johnson. Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure I'm right. I don't feel like looking into it. Oh, he was also voiced Jack Frost in Rise of the Guardians. Might as well mention that. I mean, there's a reason why Jack Frost has like a legion of stands online ever since that movie came out. Like Chris Pine doing the voice definitely helped with that. But yeah, dude's been in a lot. Lots of recognizable stuff. So yeah, having him here isn't a bad thing. Right? And then we got Olivia Wilde, who's also the director of this movie. She's a recognizable face. She was in Ghostbusters Afterlife. What? That's really random. I did not know that. She's not like a draw, but her face is recognizable enough, and she is the director of this movie, so might as well mention her. But we got the big name, obviously, is not Shia LaBeouf, and I will talk about that later. Harry Styles. We all know who Harry Styles is. Like, come on. Dude was in One Direction. One Direction was like the biggest band ever at the time. It was like a big old sensation, right? And it was just, I want to forget it. And then he left, and then he kind of went solo. He was in Dunkirk. Don't know how much of an impact he made on that movie's box office, but he was in it, and people knew about it. And now here we are with Don't Worry, Darling, where he's easily the biggest name of the whole cast. Because the dude has legions upon legions of fans that are no doubt gonna watch this movie solely because of him. like, like he's not just a side character or a minor character. Like he is one of the main characters of. Well, the main character is actually Florence Pugh, but Harry Styles is right up there. So if anything's gonna make this movie succeed, it's him. Easily. So yeah, the cast solid. Harry Styles is easily the ace that this movie really needs because his following will no doubt all his fans will show up day one. They already have when it comes, when you look at its preview numbers. So yeah, cast pro, or at least a decent enough pro. Another pro is that this movie, the trailers have been interesting. I remember I saw the first trailer. I think it was in front of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I saw it. I had no idea what it was. I never heard of the movie. But I saw the trailer and I was like, huh, that looks interesting. I'm not gonna watch it, but it did catch my eye, and I imagine it probably caught several people's eyes. So like the marketing machine has been in full effect for this movie because this is Warner Brothers. Even though they're so broke that they can only release 2 movies left for the year. Well, actually, now it's 3 with the House Party movie in December. But they're giving it their all with Don't Worry, Darling. They're not letting it die a death. So, yeah, the marketing machine's been, doing its thing with this. So I would consider that to be a pro. People know this movie is coming out for many reasons. The reason I'll get into later. So, that's another pro. Third pro is that competition is light. It is lightweight. The only movie in the past few weeks that has done anything substantial when it comes to box office. Well, I forgot to mention this in Avatar re-release video. Barbarian did better than anyone thought it would. You could definitely say that. To the point where it's actually gaining theaters this weekend. So that's really good. And also The Woman King, which was #1 last weekend. It was really those 2 movies, and that's it. That is literally it. Everything else, we got the Avatar re-release, but I don't expect that to do super great. And everything else is in the low single digits, and it's just the saddest thing ever. So competition really won't be that much of an issue. I mean, when it comes to direct competition, this movie's kind of in a league of its own. I guess the next adult drama, I guess this is weird. It's like a sci-fi movie, kind of. It's like a sci-fi psychological thriller. It's weird. I guess the next closest thing that's coming out in the next few weeks is Amsterdam. That's in the beginning of October, so we'll have to deal with that. I don't know if Bros and Smile, I don't think they count as direct competition. So I'm not going to count either. So, yeah, this movie kind of doesn't have to deal with anything serious, really, until Amsterdam comes out in 2 weeks. So that's a good. So I consider that to be a pro. Anything else when it comes to pros? Well, this next part is that it's neither a pro or a con. It's the PR. Oh boy. I don't know if you noticed, but you've probably been bombarded with articles surrounding this movie and its production and some of the the press release shenanigans that have gone down in the last month. I'll give you like a cliff notes of what's been happening. So apparently, when this movie was filming, Shia LaBeouf was supposed to play Harry Styles' part. That was the initial plan. But then he was fired from the movie, and he was replaced by Harry Styles. But the thing is, Shia, he has said he was not fired. Olivia Wilde wanted him to, well, she suggested he leave the production. He even had receipts for it. He showed receipts, like, to prove that he wasn't just making stuff up. And that was a whole mess. So that was the first thing. Another thing I've heard is that there's been, like, some real disputes between Olivia Wilde and Florence Pugh on, during production, like, on set. Like, they had arguments. Wasn't great. To the point where Florence Pugh was, like, barely promoting the movie, although she kind of is now. And apparently, like, she's also simultaneously filming Dune Part 2. So that's also a factor. But, yeah, there's some bad blood between Olivia Wilde and Florence Pugh. So that's not great for PR. Another thing is the spitting incident between Harry Styles and Chris Pine. I remember when this happened, like there was like this big conspiracy surrounding it. Some people like called it like Spitgate, where it looked like Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine. I forgot where it was exactly. It was like at an awards festival or something. I have to look it up to be specific. Uh don't worry, darling. Look at this off screen. Yes, this was at the Venus International Film Festival. That's when the spitting incident happened. So that was a fun time. Well, that one was really funny. um let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are like the main points. And it's just been a real mess, to say the least. But this is Warner Brothers. They clearly like having messes, judging by who they hired. Amber Heard. Ezra Miller. So, yeah. PR is just is not Warner Brothers' strong suit, clearly. Um so yeah, the PR, but none of this PR is really negative, like super negative, like detrimental to a movie. It's more the type that gets people interested in the movie. They want to be involved. They want to be like, ooh, what's all this talk about? It's nothing that'll make people disgusted. It's not like, say, sexual assault or like anything to do with like a kid or an animal or anything like that. Like that type of controversy will kill a movie before it even comes out. This is the type that gets more people interested. It drives business, which is a good thing. It's kind of like Joker, a bit a far, far, far less serious example of like Joker type marketing where controversy creates cash. We might see that here to an extent. So, yeah, but I'm labeling the PR of this movie as neither a positive nor a negative overall. So it's neither a pro or a con. What is a con? What definitely is a con are the reviews. They are not good. They're not the worst, but they're not good. It's a 38% critic score, which is nothing I would brag about. But sometimes reviews don't matter at all. Reviews don't do a damn thing. Look at the Jurassic World Dominion made $1 billion. And that movie is far from good. So, like, really, who cares? I guess it depends on what type of movie it is. I mean, sure, this pretty much kills any chance of it winning Oscars, but I mean, it can still make money, so that's good enough. But something a little more concerning is the cinema score. I mean, sure, the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes says 84%. That sounds great. But the cinema score is telling me another thing. It's a B minus. That indicates word of mouth is not going to be very good. Ideally, you want a cinema score, a B plus or higher. Anything below that indicates like really mixed word of mouth, and that can kill a movie real quick. So I have a strong feeling everyone's going to watch this movie opening day, and then it's going to fall apart later, and the second weekend is going to be rough, and then its whole run is going to be rough. So this is the one weekend to shine, judging by word of mouth. So, but then again, Barbarian had a C plus, but horror movies are notoriously difficult when it comes to cinema score. So it may not the results may not even be that bad. I don't know. But that B minus isn't great, and neither is the 38% Rotten Tomato score. So that's a con in my book. Another con is that Warner Brothers. Oh my god. A lot has happened since the last time I talked about a Warner Brothers movie. The last one I did was DC League of Superbats. Since then, this whole merger of Warner Bros. Discovery has been it's been a bit of a train wreck, to say the least. Lots of stuff on HBO Max, lots of movies and shows straight up disappearing from the platform, future projects getting canceled, shows getting canceled, movies straight up getting canceled, despite them being nearly done. It's been madness, to say the least, and that's like the worst PR you can ever want, because it's just gonna leave a bad taste in the mouth of not just like fans and like the public, but also like the people behind these projects. So yeah, and the fact that, according to an article, that Warner Brothers, like, this is all because of cost cutting measures. They really want to cut costs, and they want to, because it's just been a whole mess. But apparently Warner Brothers, they said that they have they have so little money that they can only release like Don't Worry Darling and Black Adam. That's the reason why Shazam 2 moved to 2023. So yeah, that's not great at all. So, but the thing is, their 2022 hasn't been that bad, really. I mean, sure, they haven't released that many movies, but they have a decent enough track record like this year. I mean, let's look. So the 4 movies that released, they have The Batman, which was a strong hit, Elvis, strong hit, Fantastic Beasts 3, and DC League of Super Pets, which is done okay-ish. So 2.5 out of 4. That's good enough. That's better than average, I guess. But yeah, Warner Brothers has been dealing with a lot of bad PR. Go figure. So yeah, that's not great for this movie. So that's a con. I think that's it. Well, I forgot to mention its preview number. Its preview number is quite strong. It's one of the strongest I've seen in a while. 3.1 million. Although some of that did come from like a Monday fan IMAX event. So the number is somewhat inaccurate. This isn't just Thursday. So that kind of makes things a little confusing. But if we were to compare to, say, Woman King, that was, I have to look that up. Shoot. Why is Black Widow, I get Florence Pugh was in both movies, but come on. If we compare this to, say, Woman King from last weekend, that had a preview number of 1.7. So this is much higher than that. And that opened with $19 million. So that's a good sign. Very good sign. That this will do much better than that. Okay, maybe not much better, but it will do better. So yeah, that's this preview number. Like, it's a strong, well, no doubt this preview number is fueled by Harry Styles fans. I don't think anyone can deny that. But it's a good number, and it's off to a good start right now. So yeah, that's it now. So opening weekend, I'm judging by this preview number, I'm gonna say it's gonna open within the range of 20 to 30 million opening weekend. So 20 to 30. It's a wide range, but that's why I think it will land, which would be pretty solid for like a September adult movie. It would be along the lines of, say, The Town, Contagion, Prisoners, Black Mass. It'll be around the same range as those, which is a good thing. I don't think it'll quite hit like Sully levels. That was 35 million. That's a little ambitious. But I think it will do really well. So yeah, so 20 to 30 million opening weekend. Its total I do, again, I have this feeling it's going to be front loaded because of one, Harry Styles fans, and two, the movie not being all that great. So, which is a deadly combination. So I think it'll probably end at around 50, 60 million, I think. If it's lucky, it might reach 70, but I'm going to go with 50 to 60 million total. That's where I think it's going to land, which wouldn't be bad. I mean, this movie wasn't expensive at all. It was like between 20 to 35 million, so good on you, Warner Brothers, for not overspending. So, yeah, that's it. That's it for Don't Worry, Darling. And I wish that was the last movie I was talking about this weekend, but nope. No, I have more. Next up is On the Come Up, which is like a Paramount Plus movie that just had to get a theatrical release at the last minute. And then Mood Age Daydream. So I have to do those. And then that'll be it for the weekend. So, yeah, anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this, I got a playlist on the homepage. Fill all previous prediction videos I made this year. Want to watch the other Warner Brothers movies I've done this year, The Batman, Fantastic Beasts 3, Elvis, DC League of Super Pets. You want to watch my prediction videos on those, go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Never covered Don't Worry Darling once. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I've never covered it. I don't ever remember talking about it in a video. So, yeah. But there are 155 canceled episodes now. Yeah, plenty to choose from. So I highly suggest you binge it all from beginning to now. Go do it. I highly encourage it. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for a particular month. Summer 2022 recap videos will come next week, I promise. And then the September recap, might as well mention that. That will come the first week of October. So 2 weeks from now? Yeah, two-ish weeks from now. Actually, less than that, like a week and a half from now-ish. So first week of October, that's when that video will come out. So stay tuned for all of those, but if you want to watch any of the past prediction videos I made, no, past recap videos I've made this year, or at least, for the past few years, go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.